All right, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for Daily Lives of High School Boys, Episode 7.
We are halfway through this wonderful show.
Oh my god, I'm loving it so much. It's so much fun going through a comedy anime that just isn't trying to be much more than a comedy anime.
Right.
And then they do
stuff like
little
last
things
episode.
like what they did in the last episode, and we're like, that's
what I love probably most about, what I love most about anime, but that's one of the things that I love about anime that I feel like you really can't get most anywhere else, right?
Yeah.
Where you have the ridiculous comedy and, you're not supposed to take this seriously. You're not supposed to remember the characters' names. It straight up tell you that. And then it's like, but we're going to sneak in some serious stuff. Right, where just to surprise you, just to keep you on your toes. That's actually heartfelt and really cool.
Yeah, and then we end up with this experience where we're like, let's get into that.
Else in here?
Yes, what is this going on here? And then it ends up with us being extra invested in the comedy because we care that much more about the characters.
Exactly.
So, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this. All right, everyone, now be sure to go check out the reaction portion of the video in the description below, and then come back here for the discussion. Okay, I think as far as, just gut-busting laughter and skits, that's pretty much at the top right now.
Yeah, isn't it great?
There's probably one that comes really close to beating it. I just can't think of it right now. So, oh my god.
And it wasn't even named Literary Girl. They didn't need to. We know.
As we are.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
And at the beginning, it's
just
like
the state of being that we exist. Is pure raw stupidity, and it spreads from us.
And I love that with the whole Literary Girl skits, right? Just with the music and the whole scene and everything, it sets the tone so perfectly, so we know we're gonna have a good time. But then it's like, wait a minute, is this actually gonna be something serious here? Like, it looks like she's gonna say something important and heartfelt, and then. From then on, non-stop, pure, wonderful slapstick in the best possible way.
In the best possible way.
And each time you think it's done.
No,
each time you think that it's done everything it can possibly do, it goes even further. Even further.
I think once he started talking, I thought it was over for real. A couple times I was like, is it? No, it's not. Is it? No, it's not. But it wasn't like I was really thinking it was over. But once he started talking, I thought it was over. And then she got up and they resumed the pose. And I was like, they resumed the position, basically.
Yeah, she's trying to somehow just pretend that didn't happen.
That didn't happen. And then she's actually closer to him than I think she's ever been. In some ways, she's kind of like, everything's good. He's actually going to be. And then he stands up so quickly. He stands up with such erect, pillarness. I practically wanted to have like a and just slow motion, and she just dies basically.
Or like one of the.
No. I mean, okay, sure, that kind of works, but that totally works. But it's just so silly because I can't really get attached to the result of their story because I'm not taking it seriously.
Right.
Except this skit made me think, wait, we might be taking this seriously here, because when the first dumb thing happens, I'm thinking oh, this is where they finally look at each other,
right? And
actually engage. But no,
it was all
gets hurt, and he's all like, It was all a slapstick buildup, and then it just kept going and going, and. The voice actor for the literary girl really got to just cut loose with that. Because what I loved about her crying was that it wasn't actually a crying thing. It was like a wail of anguish. Yeah. Of just why, God? Why? Why?
Because
a wordless, just guttural, just despairing sound of anguish.
And what I love about it is that okay, if any of us have had sequences in our lives that were that bad, then I feel for you.
Yeah.
But we've had moments where it feels like that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Where it feels like, it's one thing and then another.
It usually
just
takes two for me.
Yeah.
If it's so absurd,
Right. Where the absurdity of it is just too much, and it's just like, what? This is ridiculous. Why is this happening, right?
So
the idea that like that happens for her, but no, because it's anime, let's have it be a full-on bit. Like it just does not end, right? You'd think she was cursed or something. Like,
oh yeah.
Like, oh man. Yeah.
Yeah, in order to actually solve the whole thing, all Hidenori needed to do was just turn around and look at her, and it would have ended the madness. But because she kept trying to solve the whole thing with her own very well preparedness, in some ways she felt like Batman as she constantly pulled things out of who knows where.
She has a box of Band-Aids just on her, and then it's like I think potentially my favorite line is when she gets hurt and he's all like, oh, and then she pulls out the Band-Aids and he's like, wait, what? And then she tries to open it and then she can't open it and she puts it away and he's like,
don't give up. Yes. Don't give up. That was really good. I think the closest thing I've had to something like this was when I was in high school. At our folks' place, there's this part between as you enter the kitchen. It's a really small kitchen. You had to walk in only one way, pretty much. And when you entered there, the flooring or what have you had a big crack in it. Yeah. And it peeled up at points, and I was walking barefoot, and my toe hit the groove there, bent for a little bit, and then hit like this, and basically flicked like this. Well, at that point, it wasn't that it actually hurt really much there, but it sent this electric shock kind of feeling up my leg, and I was just like, ah! And then in that moment, I bent down like this. And when that happened there's this pantry to the left that has an open cabinet there and a bottom cabinet here. And the open one on the top was open, and the cover was out at a diagonal. And I went, dunk, and I hit the corner of it really hard. And that combination of dunk sent me into this just rage, just this absolute, just feral rage of, I'm I think 16 or something at the time. So I'm I've, ended my, my puberty streak of growing 8 inches in a year or something. And I was just I'm not used to my body being so big and everything. And I'm just ah! And I think what was great about it was right on the other side of the kitchen there, I think someone was sitting down, just having a little bit of quiet time. And they had this moment of just don't do that. And I was just oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to freak you out, but and it was just so perfect.
And the transition, the reason that it was there, because it was this old house, right? And it went from carpet to linoleum, and there was this metal thing that was to be over No. Wait, you're not talking about that one?
No. I'm talking about the next one. No.
Oh, okay.
No. That was the one where we had the fire and everything, right?
No. I'm.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so you were talking.
And there was this metal band that would basically make it so that there wasn't an actual crack between the linoleum and the carpet, right? And it would go over that, but it got loose and stuff, and so it was literally it was dull, but it was just a thin bit of metal that you would
Yeah, but I'm not talking about that bit there. I'm talking about entering in from the dining room. It had the same thing there. The metal part is pretty freaky as well, but this part just had it as a crack in the linoleum.
So that's door?
That's the angle there. You come in and then it's just Oh, yeah, man. I guess you could enter the kitchen through two ways there, but that way was just inconvenient.
Yeah.
It's the people didn't design the kitchen to make sense, really. But stuff like that can happen.
Oh yeah,
and it's
so my personal story isn't too much of a story, but basically, my first job was a summer job, right, in Eastern Washington, and my boss, he would do this thing when people were having trouble with something, where he was 2% rule.
Right.
You got to be 2% smarter than whatever it is you're dealing with.
It's basically saying, don't be stupid.
Right. That was basically like, you know, so if someone was having trouble with something that's like very simple, like, you know, dealing with some object or something, you would, 2% rule.
I actually hold the title of being like the stupidest employee ever at this place because I also worked there. But
you had a crazy story there.
Yeah.
But, so I feel like this is basically that. Like, this skit is basically that, where it's like, no. She let the box of Band-Aids beat her.
Right.
Like
everything that she was interacting with was 2% smarter than her.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. but oh man, like,
oh, I feel so bad. Yeah. It's just so good. And then, okay, we introduced Mitsuo as a character.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't really get what they were doing with Mitsuo just being brought up, but then I'm like, oh, this is your friends talk about you behind your back because we all do stupid stuff. And let's be real, when you're that age, you don't really have the biggest brain of figuring out how to entertain yourself or how to pass time in a productive way.
So gossip is a thing.
So gossip is a thing.
Yeah.
Personally, I absolutely hate gossip almost on any level. It's something that I have a personal just trigger about. So seeing this here, I'm like, I'm instantly in this Mitsuo's camp, you know? I'm like, well, I don't find this really as funny, but I guess, okay, what I loved about it, and you pointed out, was that the reason why they all started telling stories that are actually about Yoshitake is because Yoshitake continued the thing when he showed up.
Right.
Which Mitsuo took as, no, why are they all continuing this? But that's not actually the case.
Right.
So Yoshitake was revealed to be so stupid that he didn't pick up that they were all doing that.
And then on top of that, somehow, and this is the real 2% rule right here.
Right.
He's somehow so stupid that when he realizes, hey, you're all just telling stories about me, stop that.
So he's trying to mimic them.
He's trying to, mimic them, one-up them, whatever.
Tells a story about himself.
So he tells a very personal story about himself.
Right.
When that's what he was trying to get them to stop. Anyways, and he thinks that it's a story about Mitsuo.
You know, it is possible for the male human being to think about nothing, meaning the brain just goes dead silent. It's the thing that a male human being can have on their brain scan thing and still be alive, still be breathing. You know?
Well, and it's also one of those things of that they also like thinking about themselves.
Sure.
But I feel like this is additional evidence to support why when Hidenori realized that his childhood hero was Yoshitake, he just
wanted to end his life.
He
wanted to basically hit himself with a steel hammer or something.
I just want to forget that ever happened. No, basic famous person.
I'll take a mallet to my head, and I forgot that. Like, please,
the forget me stick.
Yeah, forget me stick. Yes. Great reference. The other gag that I thought was pretty funny was the idea of Yusuke, another character being brought up, where we get to know that, this is kind of the anti-Chad older brother version of Hidenori.
Yep.
And he, for some reason, is meeting these two girls at a cafe.
Right.
We don't know why. I think it's just because they met him to confront him about his younger brother and their gang.
And the other girl did go there with him at the very least.
Well, she came with him there because I think they were probably on their way to an activity or something. But what I like is that both of the other girls came there with slightly different motives. One was kind of wanting to confess.
Right.
And then the other one is like, please deal with this here. But the one who's wanting to confess is kind of using this as an in to talk kind of about him. It's like, wait, is that your girlfriend?
Right.
I just love the ridiculousness of the situation where it's like, we're supposed to be really invested in the continuity of all the things that have happened in the past with these characters.
Yep.
But then it's like, wait, who's Yusuke? Why do we wait? What? And then he doesn't have a girlfriend, and she's like, what? Like that's what you're. Yeah. Are you even on my side? You know,
the fact that she all of a sudden just blurted out, "Why won't you realize my you see my feelings for you?" It's like, where is that coming from? And the idea that by a simple lie that was quickly discovered, he still elicited a confession.
Right.
Albeit an angry one.
Maybe he was aware, and minute someone asked about it, he's like, oh no, this is the girl that likes me. Yeah, that's my girlfriend. Yeah.
And
I just love that he's so bad and he's so kind of just ditzy and dumb that he actually had the panties in his pocket, like still there, and it's like
the danger makes it better.
Right. oh, I've heard that one before. But like
yeah.
Oh my god.
And the other girl totally just didn't care. Well, yeah, no, wow. She didn't really care that the panties were in there. She was just like, "What's this?"
Just that whole instance there made me really question this show, because I was like, there's a lot of like things being brought up as if they actually happened and they're all aware of them and they care. So I'm like, oh, this is drama. Like this is character conflict.
Yes, definitely.
And then we got to see the differing motivations. And I love that senpai club member, she never spoke. She looked very much upset that she had to be there. Like she's just like just texting or what have you. So that was wonderful. But then the way this kind of segued into, in my opinion, something rather interesting was girls trying to confess. It's obviously different characters, but it's the thing of like, she's not being cute, I guess. So then in the skit at the end of this with the funky girls, they brought in a new character.
Yes. Who
is a little bit older, is kind of their senpai, I guess. And she's
the popular girl with long, luscious black hair.
Right. I'm guessing that on some level she's either a senior, like final third year of high school, or she's graduated and she's like teaching the high schoolers about like, this is how I succeeded in high school.
Yes.
You need to make sure that you don't know anything. You're dumb and you don't have any like specific knowledge or what have you. That will make you cute. And
I just love the some anime character correct.
Correct.
Specific name? Incorrect.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, see, the thing is that
I have to know if that one is true. Like, I almost want to know, like, are there any, like, girls out there in high school where it was, like, you intentionally tried to look dumb about, like, nerdy things so that you would look cuter?
I am pretty sure that's a thing.
Is that really a thing?
Not necessarily all the time, but I would say that's definitely
When did the show come out, Jacob?
2012.
Okay. So then, in some ways, this is someone referencing back to their high school days.
Sure.
So you go back maybe at least 6 years, I would say.
Right.
From then. So you go back to 2006 or maybe even earlier. Yeah, I would say that nerddom has been a thing that's exploded over the last 2 decades specifically. I know there are instances where specifically when a girl is around a guy and wants the guy to be able to basically like sort of like feed his ego to like make him be able to be like the losing at the game thing, even though you're really good at it.
Right.
I don't I remember one time when I was really getting into frisbee in high school. There was a girl that really liked me, and she very genuinely like kind of didn't play well at ultimate frisbee, but then I would like see her throwing and I'd be like, she's actually pretty decently good. But I didn't know if that was something about me being intimidating on like the field or something like that, or if that was actually just her trying to not look ridiculously good at it. But I don't.
You were always
weird.
pretty good at frisbee, so
I was like, pretty good, but I think this is more of a thing where it comes down to like maybe competing kind of things.
Sure.
Not really the ones where it's like just a skill in general. So I don't know. I almost want to go into the comments and hear from like a lot of the ladies and be like, when you were in high school, like were there things like this that you did? Because I don't know, but yeah.
I will say though, the bit with the high school teacher that's handing out the career plans, the career questionnaires and all that stuff, and them all answering ridiculously. Yes, I absolutely believe that. Like
I do too.
Like that's not really a thing in the U.S. as much, at least as far as I know.
Well, yeah.
But there were so many times when I would get assignments, right, from teachers, especially if like I was familiar with this teacher. Like, I knew how to, like, mess with them,
you know? Put little silly things on the side, right?
No, it was when they said your topic can be whatever you want.
So like a writing teacher or something. Oh, yeah.
And then it's like, I know. Well, okay.
Yeah. You know. See, the average boob velocity of Korra's jiggle is, you know.
see the average speed of Korra's boob the average velocity of Korra's boob jiggle is 0 because it returns at the same place. But if you look at the speed.
Man. Unladen boobs or Oh my god. But yes, that also bit where someone said enter college. And then you just see this look from this teacher and you realize, wait, there might be actually a really depressing story in that look. In that she wanted to go into higher education. But she had to start, maybe she didn't successfully enter, so she had to start as like a substitute. As like a teacher there, and then work her way up, and then eventually become a teacher there and earn her license there through like extracurricular work. But she's like, no, I'm stuck here as a lame high school teacher because I couldn't get higher education or something like that. So this is so depressing for her that she's just like, write a joke, damn it.
Well, and also the idea that this was career.
Oh, right. Yes.
Your career is enter college.
Right. Yes. Obviously it's not accurate.
Right.
But
that's both very realistic because a lot of times I would say people just go to college like, I'll go to college. Right. I have no idea what for, but I'll go there, you know?
So she's looking at the existential crisis that high schoolers get forced into when they're like, just figure it out, okay? Right. And she's just like, I remember that time. And it's like war flashbacks trauma in her background, and she's just like...
And maybe that was why she decided to be a teacher.
Oh, that makes sense. Like, that works
because
too.
Because it's like,
yes.
I just learned a lot of stuff. What do? I can teach that same stuff that I learned to other people. There we go.
But I'm never going to be like a college professor. I have to be like a high school, teacher.
Yeah.
You know.
Overworked, underpaid, and all that.
So, too real. Write a joke, you know?
But yes, hands down.
This is a fantastic episode.
Fantastic episode, and hands down, literary girl, as we are. Best skit from this episode. Oh my god. Potentially the best skit from this show thus far.
It's so good.
And so fitting to have it be at the halfway point. You know,
wonderful.
Yes.
I can already see myself rewatching plenty of these skits in like specific order of continuity, meaning like you rewatch all the literary girl skits.
There are compilations on YouTube of all the literary girl skits, and it is amazing.
I will be visiting those quite frequently when this show is over. So, y'all, thank you so much for watching this episode's reaction and discussion. If you want to see the next episode's reaction and discussion right now, though, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. You can get an early access there. You can watch full-length timer reactions there. And all this comes with Discord access, so you can chat with us and the community there about this show, about anime in general, and you can talk with Jacob about the sci-fi novel that he wrote.
That's right. I wrote a sci-fi novel, and yeah, it's awesome. It's called Battle Lines, in case you somehow haven't heard of it before. Link in the description down below. Go check it out.
Yeah, so if any of that interests you, we'll see you there. But until then, we're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time.